Back Road Ministry of the World Premier, Mr. Mahdi, coming at you live and direct from the Kia Optima Studios. Just wanted to do kind of a quick video on stupidity. And there's a good line in Forrest Gump, and that line goes, "Stupid is what stupid does." And that's a society that, you know, is supposed to be full of this exceptional, intelligent breed of people. It seems that we are some of the stupidest people on the face of the earth. And I say this to say this. Most of the stuff that we do makes little to no sense whatsoever. Little to no sense whatsoever. And, you know, it's always important that when we see something take place, go to it, read it to see exactly what is it that's in this. So we're coming out of the time of COVID. We know there was a lot of harsh words pointed at the Chinese Republic for their involvement in possibly what is taking place with the virus. And the Chinese are not innocent. You know, one thing about Chinese and their history, you know, it took a lot to get that country together, and it takes a lot to keep it together. And they've done some stuff. They've done some stuff that, you know, has really, really got people to look to say, hey, you know, these could be some cutthroat, cold-blooded people when they want to be. And I've seen some stuff. I've done papers on periods where just events take place and just wipe out whole villages at times. It's funny stuff when you did with the Chinese, but it's happened before. I've done papers and documented stuff and come back and, you know, the evidence or whatever problem was taking place was removed. So here we go. We got this food's coming up 1,000 miles an hour, but he wants to get all on my buttocks. But yeah, my fault. Here we go. You know, thinking about this Asian hate crimes bill. And Joe Biden proudly signed this Asian hate crimes bill into law. So, first of all, this is the United States of America. From my recollection, that's what the country is, the United States of America. There are certain bills that were put in place years ago, bills that were fought for by certain individuals. And when you go and sign these type of bills, it's as though you're saying, you know, we've got segregated bills all of a sudden. So that bill is only specific to this person, or that bill is only specific to this person. And it leads you to think that although these Democrats always proclaim that they're on the side of everybody and everybody's equal and they're not a prejudiced party, they always do prejudiced things. So I point out that we've got the Asian hate crimes bill signed. First of all, I don't know what the hell you would put in the Asian hate crimes bill. Why you need a Pacific bill for a Pacific piece set of people? Because the problem is this. In 1964, the United States government passed what I thought was called the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And it is a landmark civil rights and labor law act that outlaws discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, and national origin, and later sexual orientation. So why do we need all these independent bills once we've already got a bill that covers all that? So Zionists need their own bills. We need an anti-Semite bill, whatever the fuck that is. We need an Asian hate. Why do we need a bill when there's already an act that was signed in 1964 covering all these issues? And it's like now you're trying to say, well, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, that was just a black bill. It didn't cover everybody. It only covered black people. So that was a black bill. And it like demeans all the work. And we got President Johnson, of course, signed that bill at the time. Get an image. And as Johnson signing the bill, we know some of the key players inside of that bill, but it was a landmark bill at the time. But the bill was signed in 1964, covering all these things. So if you got a Civil Rights Act bill in place, Americans, why do you need an Asian hate bill? Why do you need a LGBTQ bill? Why do you need all these additional bills when we've already signed the bill? When young people marched to get that bill signed. The bill includes everybody. There's no such thing as a black Civil Rights Act bill. The bill covers everybody. So when I see stupidity like this, and you got Kamala Harris, her dim-witted butt standing up there like this is such a proud moment for America. What is the pride in something we've already done? So the Civil Rights Act of 1964 is not good enough for Asian Americans? So you're saying though, although we're saying race, we didn't mean national origin, we didn't mean Asian Americans, we didn't mean them. What are you saying? So we go back to stupid is what stupid does. We're signing worthless bills, and anytime you see them signing this bill, go to the bill and see what's actually in the bill. Because like we said, with the stimulus bills, they were cramming all sorts of crap in that bill. And I bet this hate crimes bill got all sorts of stuff that in the bill has got nothing to do with hate crimes, just to get it passed and signed. And you use the title of hate crime bill and all sorts of other garbage is under that bill. But there's no need for an Asian hate crime bill when you got the Civil Rights Act of 1964. People fought and died for the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And when you do that, you discount what those people fought and died for. You make like, well, that shit only mattered in the 60s. It doesn't pertain to people today. How the hell does a Civil Rights Act, which is every so often looked at, not pertaining to everybody? Is that not what Dr. King and everybody else fought for? Everybody to have equal rights. So now you're saying, well, we didn't mean Asian Americans when we wrote the bill, or we didn't mean the Jewish religion when we wrote the bill. They need special bills. Think about what we're doing, America. Think about some of the dumb stuff that goes on. There's already been a Civil Rights Act in place. You can enforce whatever law you want to based upon the stuff that's in the Civil Rights Act. You don't need Joe Biden to sit there and act like he's doing something by signing a bill. What is the bill about? What is the bill about? And we talked about the Asian hate crimes, all pretty much revolving around the New York mayoral election. We had another picture again of another black person beating up an Asian guy. But these are the Democrats. These are the guys who say they're on your side. They never have been. They're no different than the Republicans. They're the same damn bird. And they do the same damn things. So definitely, we need to start paying attention to some of the stuff we see. Some of the stuff that we're doing. Some of the things we're allowing them to do. Because anytime they do it, it's only a mask for what they're really trying to do. So go in that bill and see what's all in that bill. Don't just say, oh, it's a bill, yes, and it should stop Asian. You already got a bill. It's called the Civil Rights Act 1964 to do that. You didn't need this bill. You never needed this bill to be signed. That's like you got the Abortion Rights Act bill, and then you write another bill called Save Baby Lucinda bill. It's the same damn bill. You can't regurgitate the same stuff and act like you're doing something. You're not doing anything. This bill will protect Asian America. What the fuck is the Civil Rights Act of 1964 for if it's not to protect? So you just trying to say that's a black bill? Come on, man. Come on, man. Dr. King would roll over in his grave if he saw some of the stupidity that was going on in America today. Because that would be the first question he would ask. Well, what did we do all that stuff in the 60s for if Asian Americans don't have civil rights today? Pay attention, people. Pay attention. This is the game that they play. Everything is masked under fraudulent intentions. You got to remember the people that you're dealing with. Very fraudulent, very evil people. There is a bill in place. It was signed in 1964 that covers all this stuff. It's called the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and millions of Americans died for that bill and died for that act to be passed over many a decades. It's already was put in place. So, stupid is what stupid does. Remember that.